I just got into the Mobile Suit Gundam series this year, and as I was making my way through the Universal Century timeline of shows, I was wondering if there were any Gundam video games out on modern consoles. And it was around this time that I was wondering that SD Gundam Battle Alliance released, and so I decided to pick it up, and after 40 hours and a brand new Platinum Trophy, here's my thoughts on the game as a brand new Mobile Suit Gundam fan. For the uninitiated, SD Gundam stands for Super Deformed Gundam, and that's why the mobile suits have a more chibi aesthetic than their anime counterparts. And admittedly, I wasn't sure if I was going to even play this game because let's be honest, the SD look of the Gundams looks a little weird. But after playing the game, I gotta say, I've come around on these designs, and I'm actually pretty impressed with how the SD line manages to retain the looks of the different mobile suits and maintain how intimidating some of them look. And speaking of mobile suits, there's plenty of them in this game, with more being added through DLC. Each mobile suit is broken up into one of three classes: Fighter, which is kind of like a brawling type; Sharpshooter, which is self-explanatory; or All-Rounder, which just kind of helps you balance between the two. Unlocking each new mobile suit is a big part of the gameplay loop, so let me break that down for a second. Through a series of events, you discover breaks within the different universes, and it's up to you to fix them. The breaks serve as a means for the game to take place and have Gundam from the other series show up in other series timelines. For example, the opening mission has the Barbados from Iron-Blooded Orphans showing up in the Universal Century timeline, taking Ramba Raw's place on his assault on White Base. I really hope I pronounced Barbados correctly. I don't know, I haven't watched Iron-Blooded Orphans yet. But as you play through each mission to fix the breaks, you'll bring two other mobile suit pilots along from the different series. My personal favorites wound up being E.O. Fleming from Gundam Thunderbolt and Lady Haman Karn from Zeta Gundam and Double Zeta Gundam. Upon completion of each mission, you'll get some parts to develop a mobile suit. You'll have to grind out a mission a few times on different difficulty settings, including chaos missions that unlock partway through the game, to get them all. But once you do get all the parts, you can develop a mobile suit that you can either pilot yourself or bring it along as a support Gundam. The game goes through a lot of different timelines throughout the Mobile Suit Gundam franchise, from the original 1979 series to Iron-Blooded Orphans, 00, Unicorn, Wing, and a lot more. Not only are the different series represented, but they retain the same music and sounds from them as well. At least from the series that I've watched. I just remember hearing the sounds from those series when I was watching them. Now, I'm not sure if the original voice actors reprised their roles as the different characters, so those of you more familiar with the series will have to let me know in the comments down below. And as far as spoilers are concerned, the game does spoil some things, while at the same time not really spoiling things. See, you're going to revisit iconic moments like when Camille takes on the Psycho Gundam on Moonbase, but it doesn't really show you anything beyond you fighting, really. There's some things where it might spoil some things, but if you haven't seen that particular series, I think there's going to be a lot of missing context that you'll be left feeling more like you're just missing out on something rather than something just got spoiled. But again, those more familiar with the different series and things like that, especially the ones that I haven't seen, will have to let me know down in the comments below. And what's nice about this game is it has a pretty decent multiplayer component that, when you're grouped up with the right people, can make the grind of collecting mobile suit parts more bearable, which, shout out to the two players from Japan who helped me get the level 7 parts that I needed for the trophy. I honestly wasn't a big fan of the grind in the game until I had some people online help me get through some of the more difficult missions more easily, and that just made it a lot more bearable. Now, I've only gone over the game on a pretty surface level at this point, and I kind of want to talk about who I think this game is actually for, because, you see, I'm not sure that this game will appeal to gamers who have no connection to the Mobile Suit Gundam series. But at the same time, I kind of think about how I got into Mobile Suit Gundam, building the model Gundam kits. I didn't have a connection to any of the shows, I just thought the giant robots looked really cool, so I wanted to put them together. As a matter of fact, it wasn't after I finished a Master Grade Sazabi kit that I decided I wanted to see these robots in action and began watching all of the different shows. So who knows, maybe Battle Alliance will be that for people who have never gotten into Gundam before. The gameplay is easy enough to pick up and get started with, and there's plenty of game to play. It's a pretty meaty game with varying degrees of difficulty to accommodate any playstyle, so it's pretty accessible from my opinion. And plus, I mean, there's a free demo on Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, and Nintendo Switch, so if you're curious about the game, download that and give it a go. Personally, I had a lot of fun with Battle Alliance. Seeing all the different iconic moments of the different series I just watched was really fun to revisit, and unlocking my favorite mobile suits was a lot of fun. I'm excited to keep playing the game as more DLC is added in, and maybe one day get my Strike Freedom Gundam to level 100. I wasn't a huge fan of the grind, but the online multiplayer did help alleviate the redundancy of it. So those are my thoughts as a brand new Mobile Suit Gundam fan on SD Gundam Battle Alliance. But what about you? Have you played SD Gundam Battle Alliance, or have you checked out any of the Gundam shows? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you want more gaming content, why not consider hugging the subscribe button and tickling the like button a little bit? I always greatly appreciate that, so thank you if you did that in advance. But thank you for watching this video, sharing the video, liking it, and commenting. And be a dear, keep it locked here, and I'll see you in the next video.